Mori is one of the weakest NIKKEs in the story, and she hangs out with the NIKKE equivalent of Messi, Ronaldo, and Pele. Nameless NIKKE 9000 might give her one of the closest battles of all time. Hell, I can probably beat her in a 1v1, but you know what she has that we don't? Intense midriff action, and insane mental strength, tenacity, a name, plot relevance, but now we're just splitting hairs. But let's talk about Mori's transition from zero to hero, and her pathway to becoming the strongest. Now, to understand Mori's eventual rise to the peak, we gotta first go down to the trenches. When Mori was first introduced in the event Unbreakable Sphere, she was weak and pathetic. From first being swallowed by the gluttonous beast, to meeting Siren and friends, she could do nothing but spectate and struggle to survive. Even with the status of having a name, she was bullied by the nameless NIKKEs, be it through their words, even their actions. She would go to sleep hungry at night. Her only real comfort was digging holes, be it to hide from the raptures that could stamp out her life in an instant, or to hide from the other's scrutiny. It didn't matter where she was. When you're that weak, you have to struggle to survive. And that would be her one strength, because betrayal and cruelty would become her norm, and her jaded brain would shield her from further mental anguish. You can't get hurt if you don't ever trust. Unfortunately for her though, that strength would also become her source of pure torture, courtesy of Jian. She would end up hurting her friends and wish to disappear. Thankfully, she's also friends with the cutest bubble genius of all time. Mori would finally feel like she belonged and loved, beating the fat ugly bastard with the power of friendship, chains, and bubbles, forcing it to flee. But even though they secured this victory, it's undeniable that she's still weak in a fight. Her growth from a cynical, jaded individual who's finally learning to trust and has a desire to protect her friends doesn't change that. I don't even think she has the strongest will in the group, even if she's top 5. I will say that her newfound optimism following her experiences with gluttony will lead to her scoring one of the biggest battle IQ feats in NIKKE versus only one. Using her digging skills, she turned around one of the worst situations in NIKKE into a winning battle. But she still doesn't edge many NIKKEs out in close combat or gunplay, and she knows that. She might have reasons to keep going, but her self-worth and confidence are still at an all-time low, downplaying her own achievements and not realizing her potential, leading to an intervention and training arc. In the recent summer event, after the sea takes a win against her, she would take another L when she doesn't want to wear one of the skimpy swimsuits, and another one when the penguin whips out the blicky on her. But you know what? Even if we take 3 L's, Mori never ceases to try and improve and get back up. She would then spend her little not vacation training with Gray Gray and one of the will not be named animals. From trying to balance on a surfboard with one foot to dragging around tires on the beach to her favorite pastime of digging holes. It unfortunately all feels pointless and not like real training, especially the surfboarding. But Gray Gray ensures her it will all be vital, as it will improve her balance. And hey, it helped them solve one of the clues about what kind of messed up place the island really was. Her Scooby-Doo adventure would be cut short, and she would have to continue her training, handling fish for Din Din. And she scores her first 2 big dubs of the event, with Gray Gray telling her she's doing a good job. Plus, after finding out why she wants to be stronger, Grave tells her she's already strong, even if she doesn't believe it. Because fighting good and being physically strong isn't the only sign of strength. Now, the event may establish that Mori's already strong because of her mental fortitude and willpower. But that's kind of something we already knew. It was more so just to show Mori's desire and dream to get stronger. And one of the peaks acknowledging that she's already strong. It is also a setup for eventual power-up, be it purely narratively or through an ult. And with this setup, we know Mori has a lot of factors that are going to push her to at least top 50 NIKKE of all time. Her intense physical workouts will help her build a foundation of strength. Her mental fortitude continues to harden with her evolving experiences. The newfound optimism will ensure that it's never over. and her cockroach-like tenacity will continue to shine, even when it gets hard. But while these all make her strong, they don't make her the strongest. Don't worry though, I know exactly the deciding factor. Her true untapped potential is what lies in the bag. It could be a boat. It could even be a micro bikini. You know how we always wanted to see her in one of those? But honestly, regardless of what was hidden in there, be it a micro bikini, a slingshot bikini, a one-piece bikini, I think I speak for most of us when I say, after she finally dons that skimpy outfit, she will truly peak. She will break the fourth wall. Billions will perish. This will push her to the pinnacle of the verse for at least one afternoon. And no, I will not elaborate. Nah, but seriously, it's the rest of what I talked about. I'm just thirsty, and I'm trying to quench it through coping. I genuinely do think Mori will be one of the greats. Even the strongest for that split second that I talked about. I think most people can see that. She just needs to finally lock in and believe in herself in the future, rather than just believing in and relying on her friends. She's already got an insanely tanky brain, has good problem solving under pressure, and her physique continues to improve. I think she's just mentally blocked, and hopefully Gray Gray helped lift some of that brain fog. And I know Shift Up will deliver, both with the story and for us Gooners. Because right now, Mori stocks are reaching heights I never believed in. But that's all I gotta say about Mori for right now. This video was kind of an elaborate shitpost for me to glaze Mori a little bit and also speak for all of us when I say, we want swimsuit Mori